welcome to more Gran Turismo Sport Closed Beta Specialtatin. Today we have some Group 3 cars around Brands Hatch Grand Prix circuit. Group 3 around the Grand Prix, I'm sure will make for some pretty good racing, folks. That's for sure. And as we get this underway, I get a nice start there and end up in the lead there in my Alfa Romeo Group 3 race car. Technically, the Alfa Romeo 4C is kind of a Mopar, so that's why I generally pick it now for these races. I'd say the Alfa Romeo is about as much a Mopar as a Fiat 500 is, so take that however you want. But as of now, nonetheless, whether it's a Mopar or whether it's just another car, I'm in the lead. And that's pretty good, folks. But, well, there's still a whole heck of a heap of racing to go, though, because as of now, it's only lap 2 of 7. So there's still much more racing to go, and that means much more stuff can happen. As of now, not too much stuff is really happening up front there. I have a pretty nice lead going, but that doesn't necessarily mean that others can't catch up. My car is pretty fast there, and actually in the qualifying times, I was able to get around 2 or 3 tenths off the top 10 worldwide, so maybe that is helping me in this race. But just because I can qualify well doesn't necessarily mean that the race is going to go as well. But for now, it's actually looking pretty good, folks. I don't know about the other drivers, but right yonder, I'm not looking too bad there, and that's pretty good. Maybe this isn't actually going to be all that much of a race, though. I'm not really sure, folks. I'm not really sure. Holy snaggy, I think they're catching up quicker than Leggedy Split, are they? Well, maybe that's not good, folks, but I don't know. Just because you can catch the leader doesn't necessarily mean you can pass the leader. So we'll just have to see again, folks. We'll just have to see. That seems to be the phrase of choice for these races because, well, all of this is new, so it really is just sort of have to see. Obviously, there is some skill involved, but I think all in all, there is some luck involved too, because it's still closed beta and not everything's ironed out, and times the car acts, well, like that. You can go into the turn 10 times, and 9 out of the 10 times it goes perfectly fine, but the other, not so much. So, yeah, the McLaren had the normal 9 out of 10 there, so it takes the lead. But again, I have speed to take the lead, but I don't necessarily have as much consistency, so we'll see what ends up being better, consistency or speed. As of now, it's looking pretty equal, though. That McLaren's good around the turns, but I think I might be slightly better around the straights. Though that McLaren doesn't seem to have the best brakes, because I gained quite a bit of time there, but again, he's pretty good in the turns, though, so he's gained some time off. I gained some time in, he gained some time off, and this might be a continuing phase, folks. I don't know, unless the McLaren can make a mistake. Holy snaggies, folks, the McLaren made a mistake. So I take the lead back. But that McLaren is still pretty close, folks, so I still have to be on my game here and not make any mistakes while being able to maintain quite a bit of speed, though. But really, there's not that much racing left to go because it's coming down to the penultimate lap. 2 laps to go, folks. And 2 laps to go is still some racing in the sense of there's a lot of turns left, but it's not all that much in distance because this is the smallest track in GT Sport Closed Beta, and these are the fastest cars in GT Sport Beta. And as I finish this sentence, we've already gone through half of a lap of those 2 laps. So yeah, that's all that. This is definitely a short race, and then McLaren's showing in my rearview mirror that it definitely wants to win the race, and it's inside my car right now. That McLaren's invading my personal space there, but he gets the job done. And actually, well, I don't know, folks. This is a good drag race, folks. I think that McLaren just barely led that lap, but that lap is not the last lap. This lap is. So we'll see who ends up getting here. I think that McLaren might very well be inside my car again, and that's kind of freaky, but doesn't really matter at this point, folks. Whether that McLaren's inside or outside or quite literally inside, it doesn't matter. What matters is who ends up getting the win here. As of now, it's looking like I might very well get it, because that McLaren is still behind me going into the final 2 turns, and he backs out there for whatever reason. So unless I mess up here, it looks like I'm going to be able to take the win, but that McLaren is making a nice move there, trying to get on the inside, but doesn't quite make it stick. So it looks like I am indeedy dandy going to take my very first Gran Turismo Sport Closed Beta win. That McLaren put up a nice fight there to the point of he was literally inside my car, but he couldn't quite get the job done, so I was able to take the win in the Mopar. Kinda. It's, I guess, closer to being a Mopar than anything else in the game as of now. But yeah, I was able to get my first win, and hopefully first of many in Gran Turismo Sport Closed Beta. Yeehaw!